Alrighty, welcome to our very special 3-on-3 team draft, and looks like someone's disconnected already. This is a very special draft because I really get to complain about not opening power because we're drafting with double the power. This is actually Eli Kassis' double power cube. It's got slightly different choices, and it's got 2 of each Mox, 2 Ancestrals, 2 Time Walks, 2 Time Twisters, and 2 Time Vaults. So 2 Lotuses, all that stuff. So pretty awesome. Didn't open any of those, but I did open a White Plume Adventurer, which I think I'm going to take over Force of Will, Archon, Lutri, Sneak, Retrofitter. White Plume, well, White Plume's pretty busted. Maybe we'll get past power. It's myself, Adham, and see, look, we got past a Lotus, and there's a reason for that. It's a double power cube. Wow. So Mati just opened Lotus plus either another Lotus or maybe Ancestral, Time Walk, Soul Ring, whatever. All right, well, I'm taking Lotus, passing Ragavan, Him, Brain Freeze, Exploration, Maelstrom Pulse. All right, we don't mind those. It's a pretty strong 2 cards to start with, though. Remember, people are going to have pretty good decks. It's not that the whole cube is completely different, though there are some different choices here. You can see Asmoran, whatever. There's like a Vengevine. Eli, made some individual choices, but also just people are going to have more power on average, so we'll see how that plays out. I might just take Tundra here. The thing is, I'm really committed to playing this White Plume. I don't necessarily want to play mono white. I could take Unexpectedly Absent, but I feel like I should just take Tundra, especially with double the blue power running around, and see what else comes back. A good chance the Unexpectedly Absent maybe comes back anyway. Okay, well, Mox Opal and Thousand Moon Smithy are pretty nice artifact decks, for artifact decks, which got better with more Moxes. That said, I might just take Wasteland anyway. Wasteland, White Plume is such a good combo. I don't feel strongly that I'm supposed to just take a Mox here, though maybe I could. Mox Opal, Lotus is a pretty good start. Wasteland is a good card. It gets a little worse when everyone's got Moxen. That is going to make things a little trickier. On the other hand, well, everyone having Mox or more Moxen being around makes the Mox Opal better. Ooh, there's Name Sticker Goblin. It adds basically either 4 red, 5 red, or 6 red kind of at random with different probabilities. I'm just going to take Volcanic. Volcanic's great. Take it over Revoker, Prismatic Ending, Batterskull, Dark Confidant. I think that taking duels early is pretty solid, and this looks like a pretty solid start. Obviously, having Lotus and White Plume was my first 2 picks. I'm not complaining about. And looking for more artifacts to fuel Mox Opal or more creatures to back up with White Plume. The only real, like I passed Prismatic Ending now, I passed Unexpectedly Absent. There wasn't a lot of stuff I could have taken that would lead me down the White Weenie path exactly. Also, White Weenie, I think, gets worse when everyone gets more pieces of power. I mean, there's still the same number of Thalias, though Moxes are also pretty good in White Weenie decks, so who knows. Oh, look, here's a Logic Knot, and what is Curse of Fool's Wisdom? 6 mana. Whenever they draw a card, they lose 2 life, you gain life, but also has Madness 4 mana. Wow, interesting card. Rafine's Tower, Aetherflux Reservoir. I could just keep taking dual lands. Basking Rootwall, Restless Vinestock. None of these cards are that exciting. I could take Gideon. Gideon is something you can Lotus out. Yeah, maybe I'll just take Gideon here. I just don't. None of those other cards are all that exciting. And here there's Sylvan Caryatid, Thief of Sanity, Nahiri, Ramanop. I could take Questing Beast. I could take Nahiri. I guess I have some duels that can help cast Nahiri. I'm not really looking at Torrential Gearhulk here. I think I'll just take Nahiri and see if I can pick up some more Jeskai stuff. I don't know. I guess I could have taken Thief, but it didn't seem that interesting. Oh, Nettlecyst coming back to go with the artifacts. Well, same with Karn. Karn is a little nicer to Lotus out. I was also just taking Cathar Commando and not worrying about the Mox Opal, which seems like it could be pretty reasonable here. I think I'm just going to take Cathar Commando. All right, now I think I'll either take V-Click or Unexpectedly Absent. I actually really like V-Click with White Plume. Fighting for the initiative is pretty good when you have a 3-1 flyer. I could also take Unexpectedly Absent because it's a mono white card and I don't really have a reason to not play white yet. Yeah, let's just do that. I have these duels. I have this Mox Opal. Thousand Moon Smithy did wheel, so did Hangerback. It's tricky to know what's going on here. I mean, the Smithy is interesting. It makes a construct like super construct. It's as big as the number of creatures and artifacts you control. Then if you have 5 creatures or artifacts, you can flip this into a construct making factory. But I could just take Lingering Souls. I just worry that the artifact deck seems open. All right, I'm going to take the Smithy. And if I don't end up playing it, I don't end up playing it. That's fine. I'll put these 2 down here. I just think those are high upside cards. I could take Prismatic Ending here. I might just take Batterskull. Batterskull's pretty good and opens the door to get Stoneforge. I don't care too much about any of these, but I guess Reckless Stormseeker is probably the strongest card because I have these 2 red cards down here too. Okay, Sunbaked Canyon came back, sure. Don't care much about the other 2. After pack 1, I've got some Jeskai lands, 2 red cards here. Oh, Nettlecyst came back. See, I mean, if it's super open, it could be worth going into. Tolarian Academy and all that could be nice. All right, let's see if what we get in the next pack. So currently our artifact strats are not there. Another pack with no power. How unlucky. There's Flash. Don't have anything that goes with it. It's just a generically very powerful card. There's Polluted Delta. It's also Chrome Mox. I might just Chrome Mox here. It's really good with White Plume or Gideon, and it's also fine with, like, it's good with all these other artifacts here. So let's just Chrome Mox over Flash, Delta, Emrakul. Maybe we'll get past a piece of power again. That would be nice. Not quite. There's a Candelabra to go with our Academy that we don't have. There's Esper Sentinel, which actually might be great because it fits into the artifact and white aggro theme. I could be white aggro artifacts. I'm not even joking. All right, let's see if maybe we end up looking like that. I'll put the White Plume there just so I know it's going there. And I'll take Esper Sentinel, curve into that, maybe wheel Candelabra. I mean, that's also just a really weak pack. What's the best card? Grist, Fire Ice, Duress. Those are all fine. And I don't know about these Reckless Stormseeker Ernie here yet. Here, there's a Dark Depths. Ooh, there's Currency Converter and Flooded Strand. There's also Brainstone. It's like a brainstorm. But I might just go with Currency Converter. It puts a lot of artifacts into play. I could also take Flooded Strand and try to wheel it, but I only have white cards so far, so I'd rather just take Currency Converter and try to wheel a Talisman here and go that direction, actually. Hold on, I gotta refresh how I've got, see, you gotta have a plan. Where'd my Lotus go? I don't know where it went. I just deleted it. Cool. I have a Black Lotus somewhere. I think I'm going to take Thopter Foundry here in case I pick up Sword of the Meek over like Cauldron Complete, Seasoned Pyromancer, Giant Killer. Yeah. Thopter Foundry could be good. But seriously, where did my Black Lotus go? I guess I don't know. I'll have to remember that I have one. I somehow managed to deleted it. Chromehost Seed Shark over Luminarch Aspirant here. Chromehost Seed Shark seems like it could be pretty good in this deck. Makes a lot of tokens for these Thousand Moon Smithy and Nettlecysts. And it also feels like there's a decent chance white aggro stuff is fairly open. So I might be able to get the Luminarch back anyway. Also wouldn't mind Third Path Iconoclast. I mean, who knows? Okay, so here we're looking pretty good. Ooh, Mishra's Workshop to go with Batterskull. It actually helps cast Thousand Moon Smithy, Currency Converter. That's obviously a little bit thin. Over Wandering Emperor, yeah, I like this. We're going to go for Artifact aggro. We're committed at this point. Turn 1 Nettlecyst off Workshop. Boom. And now we get Scrap Trawler back. And Scrap Trawler is kind of wild. So basically, if you have a cheap artifact in your graveyard, when something dies, you get it back. And that could be kind of nice with Black Lotus, sacking things to Thopter Foundry. Feels like there's something there. And I don't really mind missing out on Leyline Binding or Teferi's Puzzle Box or Vindicate. I don't know how likely it is that I play these red and blue lands. All right, now Candelabra came back, which I think I just take in hope of getting an Academy over Tezzeret and Paradox Engine. 2 things that combine with Time Vault, but I don't have one of those yet. There are twice as many in the cube. I suppose that is true. But I think I still want Candelabra. And then Shadow Spear and Brainstone came back. So did Archon and Giver. So both the decks I'm in are open. I kind of want Shadow Spear. I feel like with 2 ways to make constructs and hopefully getting more, I could make some really big attackers for this thing. Because I have Thousand Moon Smithy and Nettle Cyst as like construct makers. The Gideon actually might not be good enough here. The fact that my Black Lotus disappeared doesn't matter. I know I drafted it. If it doesn't show up in my last thing, I'll just add it and it'll be fine. I guess I'll just take Jar here. I could see playing Jar. I don't really care too much for Giant Killer. Cauldron Complete, I already have 2 other Stoneforge targets, so Jar seems decent. Okay, the Luminarch did wheel, and I will take it over Sphinx, Cataclysm, Winds of Abandon. Wandering Emperor came back too, sure. That's also a solid one. So I appear to be the only white drafter, and the artifact stuff is also kind of open, so we'll see how this goes. I mean, how many artifacts do I have right now? 1, counting Chrome Host, basically 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's a pretty good amount going into pack 3. So I like where we're at, and I like that we're playing Eli's Cube with some extra spice here. We'll see if we'll see how it feels. All right, I guess I'll just take Vindicate over Leyline Binding. Sure, I'll take Containment Priest. I don't know how likely I am to play it. And last pick, Giver of Runes, which I will be playing. Okay, and it even doesn't look like I'm drafting White Weenie because I didn't take any of the cards until extremely late. All right, a little Soul Ring time, a little Mox. You know, it's double power. I'm twice as unlucky for not opening. All right, well, see, here we go. There's Mox, Time Vault, and Mox alongside Swords and Thoughtseize and Lelia, also Wild Mongrel. All right, so there's 1 Manifold Key left. I passed Tezzeret and Paradox Engine pretty late, though, and I passed them to Madi, who's not going to get the Time Vault. Like, I passed them in pack 2 pretty late to Madi, Sandy Dog that way. I don't think the Time Vault goes that direction, so I'm just going to take the Mox here and maybe get Jite back. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I don't know. I might get Swords to Plowshares back, to be honest. Okay, no second piece of power, no Tolarian Academy. Those are the things I'm looking for here. Council's Judgment versus Blade Splicer. They both seem pretty good in this deck. I guess people aren't playing heavy white. I could also take Dak Faden, partially because maybe I can splash it, but partially because it'd be so good against this deck. And I'll get either white card back. I might even get both later. Whatever, I'll just take the Dak. All right, Sword of the Meek's another one I could look for here. Golos is okay. It's good with Mishra's Workshop, but without Academy, it's obviously a lot less interesting. It did feel like getting a last pick, effectively Nettle Cyst. If someone opens Academy, there's a chance they pass it. Obviously, they might just hate draft it, but it feels like it's plausible that I could get a Tolarian Academy here. Or maybe another piece of power. No and no. There is a Balance and a Palantir. Balance, on the one hand, it's good. On the other hand, I have a lot of creatures in my deck. I kind of want to just take Palantir, workshop that out. Palantir is also just like a pretty good card over Steam Vents, Palantir. And then Adeline may come back. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, well, somewhat disappointing set of picks here, unfortunately. But, I mean, the Mox wasn't. The Mox certainly wasn't. But it would have been really nice to get either Academy. I still could get Sword of the Meek. That one obviously could go pretty late. But we're 3 picks into pack 3. We only see 3 new packs. So don't have super high hopes. I just really didn't want to be second picking Dak and Palantir as second and third picks. So, all right. Lotleth Troll, Wormcoil, Fury, Staff of the Storyteller, Caracas. Yeah, the best Caracas deck. I might just take Fury as a hate draft / maybe sideboard card and try to wheel Staff of the Storyteller. I just feel like I wouldn't really want to play against Fury. So, oh my god, now there's a Manifold Key. And there's the Parallax Wave, Luris, Palace Jailer. So this pack has all the cards I would actually play. Along with Manifold Key, did I pass that to Talisker? Did Talisker take Time Vault over Mox? I kind of feel like they probably didn't. And I think I just want to take Palace Jailer here. And then maybe wheel Parallax Wave or Court Clan Ironworks. All right, I'll take the risk. I accept it if I do end up costing my team. We'll see. 1, 2, 3. Basically, I kind of feel like after seeing all the untapped stuff, Talisker is reasonably likely to take a Mox, and well, we're not getting Academy here, so this Candelabra can get binned. I kind of want to just take Grim Monolith. This looks like a pretty decent Grim Monolith deck. Oh, this Thopter Foundry also not making the cut, and maybe Talisman of Progress comes back. Or Mightstone of Weakstone has a pretty good shot of coming back too. Okay, so maybe I play those lands so I can play this deck. I don't play any of these cards. And yeah, we're gonna have enough playables for sure. That's not really an issue. Okay, Swords came back, so did Time Spiral, so did Jite. I think I'll just take Swords. This deck could have been a Time Spiral deck, and there's a Lotus Veil that maybe I get back and kind of gets the Candelabra back in the deck, potentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 3 cards left. Wild Mongrel is going to be left. Maybe Silent Clearing. Maybe I get Scrapwork Mutt back, but I don't think that's very likely. And yeah, missing on Academy and Urza means that the mana production in this deck's not going to be quite as great as I had hoped. But I still think we've got a decent shot here. All right, Blade Splicer. I like Over Council's Judgment. I just have Absent, Swords, and Dak as removal plus Palace Jailer. So having a cheap creature that also is an artifact seems pretty nice to me. No Stoneforge. And yeah, I think Mox Opal and well, Chromox doesn't really help. Mox Opal with 2 duels is probably enough to justify Dak. Okay, Balance came back. All right, I will take it now. Adeline is fine, but I have a lot of good 3s, and Balance still has really busted openings. Plus, okay, I picked up Palantir as well. All right, well, Staff came back. That is nice. I just think that I have a lot of outs to just put a bunch of permanents into play and cast Balance. Also, if you have the initiative, balancing away all the creatures can still be good. And I like all my cards are high quality. Ooh, Parallax Wave came back too. Lurrus with Lotus is also really appealing. But that's the only card. I mean, Lurrus Cathar Commando is also good, I guess. I don't think I'm going to play Cart Clan Ironworks even with Scrap Trawler. I think I just take the Parallax Wave. The thing is, Parallax Wave with White Plume or Palace Jailer is like so hard to beat. Because you play White Plume to get initiative, then you play Wave. They can never take initiative back with creatures, which is the only way to do it, besides casting a spell or something. And then, you know, like from the Catacombs or something. And then, oh, Lauren came back? I mean, I like Mightstone and Weakstone too, but I feel like this is still going to be better off with Lauren. Oh, that is close though. I'm the one with all the artifacts. No, maybe I will take Mightstone and Weakstone and get this, all right, Wedding Announcement came back. And get this Mishra's Workshop to work. I don't know about Memory Jar. Memory Jar, this isn't like the best jar deck in the world. Oh, Mightstone and Weakstone also is a nice one with Balance. Because now I do need to cut a card. Maybe I do cut Unexpectedly Absent, or I just cut Dak and just play 2 colors. Yeah, that's probably better. So this is 14 lands plus, sure, someone can Necro, plus 3 Moxes. Last pick Adeline. Yeah, I guess I'll take it. All right. Well, let's see how this ends up here. We've got quite the deck, double power deck, and I ended up with 2 pieces of it, which is not so bad. Okay, so really hope that Talisker didn't get Vault Key. I guess we'll talk to Adam and see if they got past a Time Vault or not. And I think the deck is actually about done. I need to get a Thousand Moon Smithy, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, this deck would have killed for Tolarian Academy, but I still think it's pretty good without it. We've got... Do I want to play an extra land? Basically, right now, I'd be playing 14 lands with then Sapphire, Lotus, Chrome, and Opal. So 18 mana sources. Oh, also Grim. And I think it's worth splashing the Seed Shark off of... it's even Mox Sapphire, so let's see. For five blue sources. Didn't get the blue-white talisman back, unfortunately. 5 blue sources plus... oh, I need to add another. I need to cut another card because I got that Adeline basically last. Maybe I cut the balance. Currency converter is also looking a little slow here, though it does make tokens for staff, which is nice. And it's good with balance. It also puts a lot of artifacts into play for my cards that care about that. I could take Batterskull out. Batterskull is good with Workshop, but if other people aren't playing white, then maybe I side that one in. And let's see. Right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white sources plus Lotus. And Chrome Mox is probably a white source. That's like 11 white sources plus Mox Opal. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue sources for the Seed Shark plus Lotus currency converter. Yeah, let's just put another plains here. All right, let's see how the double power first draft goes here with this mono white deck. Alrighty, time for round 1, playing against Eli here, who's on the Lutri Companion. Sure, I'll show you my teammates' decks soon. They're not done building. Me and Eli were done, so we are battling here, and we'll see how this ends up going. This hand is, oh, definitely fine, actually. Turn 1 Giver, turn 2 White Plume. We like that against a red deck. Let's see. We know Eli's got Minsk and Boo, so don't know much else. Magda, sure. Land, Mox, White Plume. Just pick up a plains here. We'll look mono white, but that's okay. I guess I could have attacked with Giver and offered the trade with Magda, but I didn't really want to do that, especially since next turn I get to cast Absent or Adeline, depending on what I want to do. Name Sticker Goblin. All right, let's see how much red you get. 5, so that's like the middle. So 1 through 6, that's the most likely, I guess. It's 6 chances of getting 4 mana, 7 chances of getting, wait, it's 15 through 20. Oh, I see. So it's 6, 6, and 8 of getting 4 mana or 6 mana, and then 5 mana is the most likely. Okay, well, let's see what you do with 5 red. You might have wanted to attack with Magda first, depending on your hand, because now you can't combine the red with any other color, but we'll see. Fiery Confluence deals 2 damage to each opponent, destroy target artifact. Okay. 2 damage to each opponent. Sure. I don't really like that I'm playing against Fiery Confluence, but it doesn't really bother me too much this game. All right, let's untap. Let's go with Forge. Let's put 2 +1/+1 counters on the White Plume. Draw. Mox Opal. All right, Adeline and send, and then I get a token, and I'm not going to use the Giver. I could use the Giver on the token because I'm going to get to untap a creature with White Plume, but I think I'd rather just untap the White Plume here and just have 2 blockers plus Giver up as needed. Here we've got Adeline, White Plume, and then next turn we're going to be able to unexpectedly Absent. We put Lutri into hand? Yeah, that is not going to do it, my friend. Let's go ahead and trap you down to 10. And just go land. And I'm going to send... And I don't think I need to use Unexpectedly Absent right now. I think I'd rather just chill. Oh, we're going to double block? Okay. And we'll give Adeline Pro Red, I guess. And then pass. And then on my turn, or Eli's turn, I guess, I'll untap the Giver of Runes. And now I've got Giver of Runes up plus Unexpectedly Absent. And he doesn't even know I'm playing artifacts. So we got to conceal it very nicely here. All right, let's go to game 2 here. Playing against mono red, well, Jeskai, well, red green, no, Teamer, I don't know, whatever. That kind of makes me want these like planeswalkers, and I'm a little scared of Fiery Confluence, but I don't think I necessarily need to just completely change the way the deck works. Maybe I take out Scrap Trawler for the Wandering Emperor, though, and we'll go like that. All right, game 2 on the draw here. Let's see what Eli can present besides a Lutri companion. And this hand's pretty nice. This hand, if it draws any 0 mana artifact, it pops off completely. If it draws Mishra's Workshop, it goes off. And if it draws just land, that's less exciting, but possible. All right. Eli mulled to 6 and has turn 1 Crater Maker. That's a little annoying. All right. I'd still like a 0 mana artifact. Oh, don't mind an Esper Sentinel either. There's no real reason to play Mox Opal because I can't play Shadow Spear. Don't have my 3rd artifact in play yet. And this will force Eli to either pay the tax or kill it with Crater Maker, or just put Lutri in the hand, I guess. Land, Mox, Shadow Spear. Now the Mox is enabled, and equip the Esper Sentinel here. Send. And then next turn I can play any of my cards, actually, as long as my Mox doesn't go away. Or Esper Sentinel doesn't get killed. Namesticker Goblin, getting 5 red again. Sure. This kind of feels like a Fiery Confluence, but I will draw a card off Fiery Confluence because Esper Sentinel has 2 power now. It's not just pay 1, it's pay equal to Esper Sentinel's power. Orcish Lumberjack. Okay. 3 cards left, Lutri and 2 other cards. And Lutri, plus Crater Maker, the Esper Sentinel, perhaps? Put a bunch of creatures into play. That will mean I don't have enough mana to... Because the Mox is no longer on. I can't play my 4-drops. I can still play Palantir here, though. And I will. And, I mean, it's not like... These creatures don't do anything. They're all... it's a 3-2, a 2-2, and a 1-1 with no particular abilities. Bottom, I'll put Wandering Emperor on top, sure. I'm sure he's going to take the damage, yeah. And I get hit for 6 here, but that's not... These don't do anything else. Then next turn, I'm just going to play Thousand Moon Smithy, I think. Okay, when you redraw your 2nd card each turn, make a 2-2. Mox would have been better before, you see. All right, let's still just play Thousand Moon Smithy. And I was not going to tap all my things. I was just going to equip the Gnome Soldier. At some point, maybe I can tap... I could have tapped... Basically, I could have tapped everything and not equipped it, but I would have had the Gnome Soldier untapped. Maybe that was worth it. Balance. I'm going to put these on the bottom because I think he's going to mill me again. Hit Plains and White Plume. I guess if I'd put them both on top, it would have worked out. Or I put one on top, I maybe would have milled to the White Plume. Okay. Next turn, I can tap these 4 artifacts plus the Shadow Spear to flip the Thousand Moon Smithy, or cast artifact or creature. So casting Parallax Wave wouldn't help. When I cast an artifact or creature with the other side of this, I know I'm blocking it here, but then I get to make another construct once I flip this, which taps 5 artifacts or creatures. Okay. Ice, tapping my thing, drawing a card, and hitting me while also getting a cat token off of Jewel Rail. Sure. I mean, I guess I assume you attack. You could not attack. Next turn, Parallax Wave's probably gonna effectively end the game anyway against red-green when I have a big creature in play. If you had a way to kill the token, we'd have a game here, but without it, it's going to be pretty tough. Because I'm about to gain a bunch of life here. Oh. Don't want to tap. Yeah, I could. But then I wouldn't get a big hit in here. Let's just not do that. Let's just play Nettle Cyst. And then I'm just going to equip the Nettle Cyst onto the Gnome Soldier. And then I'm just going to attack for 15 with Lifelink and Trample, and you're dead. I just assumed Eli didn't have a way to kill my thing, so I'm attacking for 15 here and taking him down with the mono-white artifact deck. Nice, nice. I look more blue in this game than I actually am. I've got one blue card in my deck. And that'll do it. We are 1-0 in the double power cube. All right, time for round 2. These are my teammates' decks. Sandy's on Mana Crypt, Mox Emerald, a bunch of reanimate stuff with Itali, Archon, Battlesphere from the Catacombs, Jace, Snuff Out, Mystical, Inquisition, Thoughtseize. Looks like a pretty solid deck. And Adham's on Soul Ring in a blue-green Channel Emrakul deck with Green Suns, Grist, Oko, Good Lands, Gaia's Cradle, Depths, and Stage with Retrofitter, Kinnan, bunch of Mana Dorks, Exploration. So I like their decks. Playing against Mati here, who did pass me a Lotus. Hopefully I can Lotus them out. All right, well, this double island Mox draw in my 4-island deck is a little rough, but this hand's still very good. Turn 1, Staff of the Storyteller on the play. Obviously any 3-drop I draw is going to be awesome. And then I have a Swords to Plowshares into Palace Jailer, which is pretty nice. In either order, really. Blood Crypt tapped. Nice, 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 nice. Ooh, Luminarch Aspirant. Let's just draw off Staff. That's why. That's exactly why. I wanted to draw the planes. Hit, and then now we've got Luminarch out and a Spirit token, and in an ideal world, Mati plays a creature, and I just go Island, Palace Jailer, your creature, attack you for 4, draw a card end of turn. But we'll see what it ends up being. And then if I draw a token maker at some point, I can start recharging the Staff of the Storyteller. I don't mind that. All right. This is going. Still would be happy to draw a White Plume, of course. Well, pretty much always the case. Or even like the 3 Moon Smithy, the construct maker, that would put another counter on the Staff and put like a 5/5 into play. Actually, it'd be a 6/6. That card's pretty good. I like that as an addition to Vintage Cube. Gonna have to order one of those and slot it into the paper cube, though. I have a pretty big backlog of cards I need to get. All right, we got action. Oh no, it'd be annoying if it was Collective Brutality because I have a spell in hand. But nope, it's just Demonic Tutor, which someone passed Lotus. I'm a little scared, but let's put the counter on the Spirit again. I think that's fine. And send, and I think I just play Palace Jailer here. I think it's worth it. I don't leave Swords up. And I kind of use up a removal spell, but I use up my mana nicely and become the Monarch and hopefully draw more interaction. Scrap Trawler looks kind of bad here. Maybe Scrap Trawler is actually just not good enough. I kind of didn't really want to cut any artifacts, but Scrap Trawler, I don't have a way to sacrifice artifacts, and besides Lotus, I don't have a cheap artifact that's going to frequently go to my graveyard. I don't have a Walking Ballista or anything, so I'll probably just side out the Scrap Trawler. No, we'll see what Mati's setting up. If it's Show and Tell, that could be annoying. If it's, some sort of breach type thing. My teammate has Emrakul, so that's nice at least, and Archon of Cruelty. Could be setting up Tinker for Portal to Phyrexia. That would be annoying. I mean, there's a lot of things a Grixis deck can do after casting Demonic Tutor who we know passed Lotus. So we'll see. Maybe I'm dead to Breach Brain Freeze. You just never know. Though I guess the Brain Freeze was in that pack, and I did pass it, and I don't think it went back around. So Urza's Saga. Okay. That doesn't bother me, because I don't think any start involving Urza's Saga... if Urza's Saga is part of the game plan, you need something else to get you there, because it's very far from doing anything. We'll see what that something else is. No plays. Interesting. I don't think I'm doing anything else here, so I guess I'll put the counter on... I'll just put the counter on the Aspirant now. I think that's fine. Attack. Oh, flash. Okay. What are we flashing in? Triplicate Titan. All right, that's a little annoying. You're at 13, so you're gonna block. Oh, okay, that's not so bad, honestly. Swords to Plowshares, the Golem token. Those trade. I lose Palace Jailer. Then play Scrap Trawler and Esper Sentinel. And then now you still need a way to get rid of my creatures in order to take the initiative, and I still have creatures to attack back in case that does happen. So I guess the way that would have worked out best if I had been thinking about Flash Triplicate Titan is just put the counter on the Palace Jailer and just attack with the 2/3/3s. This is, I think, still looking okay. If the Golem token attacks, I'm just double blocking because I don't want them to get the Monarch back. And then the Golem token has trample, trades for the 2 creatures, and then I get the Esper Sentinel back from Scrap Trawler. Obviously, if Mati has removal here, then that kind of messes things up, but I'm just going to operate under the assumption that's not what's happening. Yeah, so these 2 trade, and then I get Esper Sentinel back right away. So that was not too big of a deal. All right, so I traded 3 cards for 2 cards, but my Palace Jailer has already drawn me 2 cards, and will continue to do so. I would really like to draw Thousand Moon Smithy. That would be awesome. Really, any of my 3 or 4 drops at this point in time would be pretty good. Ooh, are we not using Urza's Saga? We're playing a Dark Confidant and a Blood Tithe Harvester or something, or just a red. No, there can't be a red spell. It has to be a red-black spell for. Oh, this is the Molten thing. It's going to kill my Luminarch and my Mox Sapphire. Is that the idea? Sure. Molten Descent or whatever. That's not the biggest deal. I mean, it makes future artifact draws less good. Oh, they didn't descend because the token dying is not a thing. Yeah, that's cool. All right, well, drew a land, so that's less cool. Esper Sentinel, equip, and pass the turn. Draw. Okay, that's something. All right, revealed island, and now Urza's Saga ticks to 3. Can you reveal something bigger in your flash deck? And are we making a Saga token? I don't mind so much because that reduces what Mati can play this turn, especially with an Esper Sentinel there ready to give me cards. We got Brainstone, sure. But I also would like to draw something. Though Currency Converter is nice. It's a little slow, but it can actually go with the staff here to start making tokens. All right, need to draw something here. Okay, draw a card and then discard a card. Come on, action. Actually, discard the Grim Monolith because I want this to make a creature token. And play land and pass the turn. And then I'm going to lose the Monarchy here, but hopefully I can take it back at some point. But that's also just because I haven't drawn like a creature. Any creature would be pretty good. All right, White Plume is a good creature. Not going to take damage off Bob this turn, given that you cracked Brainstone. Well, I might be able to take Monarchy back as well. We'll see what this play is here. Hopefully it's not like a Glorybringer. A Custody Lich. Okay. Well, I guess I would be losing the Monarchy either way. Yeah, we'll sack Esper Sentinel. We'll take 3 damage. You draw a card end of turn. But next turn I'm going to get to do a bunch of stuff. Oh, we're not attacking? Nice. Let's just take my turn. So let's start with White Plume. Get a Plains. Let's put this into the graveyard to make a creature, and let's draw. Not ideal. Guess I'll play the Workshop, sure. All right. I need to draw. Parallax Wave would be a pretty nice one. Something that puts Memory Lapse is the revealed card. I don't love that. Okay. So currently I have Initiative but not Monarchy, and if you want to attack, it's not the best exchange for you. I could eat both your creatures and take 4 off the Lich. I could also I guess there's no real reason not to do some blocking there. Okay, Faithless Looting, sure. The good thing is I am drawing multiple cards a turn, so one Memory Lapse doesn't just completely hose me, but I really need my spell, assuming I am drawing one, to be the first card I draw, so I can cast it, get it lapsed, draw a card with Currency Converter, and recast it. It kind of feels like I'm going to lose a creature here. Oh, Dothy Voidwalker. Okay. Yeah, that's not actually the end of the world. Okay, so now I kind of feel like I just lost well here. I need to find Parallax Wave. That would win me the game pretty easily. Bottom. Mox or Unexpectedly Absent's actually not terrible. I could Unexpectedly Absent the Dothy Voidwalker. Yeah. Yeah, this looks actually decent. All right, so now let's go. Do I attack with both? I think if I just attack with the Rogue token, I'm trying to figure out what's the best way, because I kind of want to take initiative as well. I guess I could attack with both, and then you'd have to go block, block, and chump. Yeah, that sounds fine to me. I don't mind losing the White Plume if I have to. And this also does a bunch of damage. And then maybe I get away without having to use in my spell this turn. Also, if things trade off, I could then Unexpectedly Absent the Dothy Voidwalker. Because with a Voidwalker in play, it's really tempting to block down the White Plume, because then you get to cast a White Plume off Voidwalker. There is that. Though, I also have a potential play of, if White Plume trades off, let the Voidwalker recast White Plume, and then I Unexpectedly Absent the White Plume back to my deck, and then I cast it. I think... Okay, we're trading like this. I think that's fine. I'll let this trade happen. Okay. And then I get the Monarchy. And then, is there any way to... I guess I can draw with Currency Converter first and see what I hit, because I'm going to draw instead. So it doesn't even help with Converter, so I guess I'll just discard that because it's exiled. Because now I can't exile it. All right, well, given that I really needed to draw something there, I think I'm just going to play a land and pass and draw a card end of turn. And need some action, because now the Lich is going to hit me and take the initiative back and the Monarchy. And I can't stop these with Unexpectedly Absent. I guess you could, if you attack with just the Dothy Voidwalker, I could. All right, in that case, let's Unexpectedly Absent the Lich for 1. And I guess probably a Memory Lapsed, and then I draw Absent, and then I can't do anything because I basically needed to play a spell, like, over the last couple turns. I drawn the Absent, which I scried to the top, and then I just, other than that, like, on board, I just don't have anything to play. And then the Voidwalker is also shutting down the Currency Converter too. And then now your Monarch, you have all these things. Let's see. Seasoned Pyromancer, sure. We're drawing Unexpectedly Absent, and then I'm gonna... Oops. And then I'm gonna click too many times. Oh no, we're dead. All right, well, that was unfortunate. All right, I should take a picture for my teammate. It felt like that game was like pretty winnable with just like another creature. I don't know. Maybe the error was having Scrap Trawler in my deck. Certainly I'm going to change that now. And I think just put back in Wandering Emperor. Also against that deck, I think I want Containment Priest. And Balance actually still seems like it could be pretty good. And maybe I take unexpectedly absent out. All right. Let's try again, huh? I'm playing 14 lands. All right. On the play, I'm playing 14 lands. The problem is if I don't draw a land, this hand does nothing. I think I'll mulligan. Okay, this is a hand. This is actually a really good hand. I'll put plains on the bottom, and now I go land, Mox, currency converter. I can use it, and then play turn 2 Wandering Emperor. Actually, could have even played the other land. My instinct's always to play the basic because of Wasteland, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. I'm probably not discarding my land this turn anyway. Draw a card. Oh, no, never mind, I am. That's fine. Draw. Oh. Yeah, let's do White Plume. If you can cast White Plume, you basically should. Ancestral Recall. Okay. Is that what we took over Lotus? Who knows? Plains. Play my plains. And then pass, and I can make a creature with currency converter. Or make a treasure, rather, with currency converter end of turn. And then on my next turn, I'll play Wandering Emperor or Nettlecyst. Nettlecyst is actually going to be pretty big. It's going to be a +5/+5 with the treasure. I don't know if, like, Ancestral into Flash could do something here. Ancestral into, like, a removal spell or normal cards, probably not going to. We'll see how Mata uses those extra cards. Ancestral into Lotus is or Ancestral over Lotus is interesting. Okay, so this is screaming Flash to me. So I'm probably not attacking with the White Plume here. I don't think there's a big reason to. I could still just block if I need to. Okay, discarding. Oh no, actually, never mind. Sorry, I lied. I'm probably going to attack because I have the because I'm going to forge it up to a 5/5. Obviously, if Mati flashes a different thing in and it really gets me, then it really gets me. But all right, let's go forge. Put 2 counters on that. Let's attack. Oh no. No blocks. All right, let's just pass the turn here. Yep, here comes Flash. Flash in a Seasoned Pyromancer? Okay, I mean, I guess this gets you the initiative, but at what cost? Discarding Sneak Attack and Faithless Looting. I untap this. And so now, I guess if you have Memory Lapse, you can Memory Lapse the Wanderer, but you have to attack with both tokens. I eat 1, and then I just take the initiative back on my turn. Okay, I mean, we'll see how this goes, but I feel like it's going to be pretty good for me. And that also prevents the use of Urza Saga, so we'll see. Interesting. So Ancestral versus Lotus, pick one, pack one. I'm still on Team Lotus, even with double power, I think. Double power makes it a little bit more justifiable because Ancestral into Moxes is really strong, but I still think I would just Lotus. It is close, though. I'm not saying it's crazy to do one or the other. And I don't even know that he took Ancestral over Lotus. Like, we just know he has Ancestral. It is possible, though. Some people do value Ancestral higher than Lotus. Okay, here comes the Wandering Emperor. Counter it at your peril. If I draw a land, I kind of want to just go Seed Shark, cast Nettlecyst. Makes a dubs. All right, getting lapsed, sure. Trap you. It's so sick how White Plume can also attack and block. All right. Nugget down to 10. Draw. Send with the White Plume. And Okay, a chump. I kind of like that. And I think I just play Seed Shark. And the reason I'm playing Seed Shark is I can also use Currency Converter this turn, which could get me another token. Plus it leaves mana up, which looks like maybe I have something. Not really too worried about that. And then it's basically a way to do two things in the same turn instead of just play the Wandering Emperor. Okay, so here we're gonna make a token with Urza's Saga, maybe. I feel like I can't really lose if your plays make a token here. It might still be the best play for Mati, but yeah. All right. Wedding announcement, Gideon. Batter Skull, no, I don't. Dak. I don't think I want Dak either. Nahiri to exile a sneak attack, no. All right, let's see what we got. Game 3, any turn 1 Lotuses? No, but this is a kind of interesting hand. It's got some good reactionary play. Like, I get to Containment Priest. Oh, I don't think I can afford to play that. I'll Mitchell's Workshop Nettle Cyst on a turn where, like, I'll go Workshop Nettle Cyst on a turn where I can play other things. It's really important against a flash deck that I have Containment Priest up on turn 2 here. Because I don't think he's going to main phase flash. I mean, maybe he will. Dauthi Voidwalker, okay. I also have Balance at the ready. So let's just play Tundra and pass. And then maybe I might stone a Weak Stone. Maybe I Balance. I don't know. We'll see what Mati does. I'll take 3 off the Dauthi Voidwalker, I think. And then we're playing Season Pyro. Okay. Interesting. I don't think I want to play Containment Priest here. I think I'm just going to wait. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Mishra's Workshop and -5/-5 the Dauthi Voidwalker. That card's just really dangerous to have in play. This buys me some time. I don't really know what I want to do yet, but Balance could clean up a flash. If so, I really don't want to see like a Planeswalker, I guess, but I can also, now that the Voidwalker's gone, I could also just start playing things. Are we just going to hardcast Sneak? Yeah, that's interesting. I guess I just have to put a Containment Priest into play now. It's probably the play. Yeah, so let's go Containment Priest and Nettle Cyst. And I'll equip on Containment Priest here. I think that's worth it. Just, I don't think the Nettle Cyst token's doing much for me. Now the Priest is out of the range of burn spells. It turns off Sneak Attack. If things get dealt with and I have to Balance, I guess that's also an option. Oh, Mana Vault means we can just cast some of our things. Oh, Custody Lich. Okay. Well, that certainly did. I didn't anticipate the hardcast Custody Lich, because that certainly punished me for moving the equipment here. Well, I can't stop a sneak at this point, so what do? I guess I go Blade Splicer. And equip Nettle Cyst on the Splicer. And then pass, and then I'll get, next turn I'll be able to make a decent attack, hopefully. I can also play Adeline for like the surprise creature. And I have Balance, though if we're sneaking, this is gonna be a hard game to win. I don't really have a good way to deal with that now that the Containment Priest is gone. I mean, maybe you have sneak, but it's not actually strong enough to win the game. But I don't know. Triplicate Titan's still probably enough. Pia and Kiran Nalar is what we're sneaking in, sure. Also, if there's a way I can like get the initiative or get Monarchy and then cast Balance and wipe us all out, that would also be pretty nice, but I don't know how easy that's going to be. So the Pia and Kiran Nalar is going away end of turn. The Thopters are not. It's really going to come down to whether this thing gets activated too many more times. Alright, so in comes... You can attack with Pia for free. Attack with the Thopters, sure. Okay, I will block Pia with the Golem token. Okay, well this gives me a way to maybe take back Monarch. Oh, we're sacking the Mana Vault maybe? Oh, and we're tapping all the mountains, so we got to have Counterspell, I guess. But we could draw a sneak target off of the Monarch, so it's a real cost to not leave red up, which does mean maybe a double blue card. Oh, Esper Sentinel is actually kind of a nice start to this. Because it feels like there's a counter, so it feels like if I just played Adeline, I would just get countered. Now I can play Luminarch, and then now my creatures can just attack, and I guess I put the second counter on Blades Placer as well, because that way if it gets double blocked, I kill both things. Feels like there's a counterspell waiting in the wings here. I'm okay with that. Definitely better to play Esper Sentinel than just play two spells rather than just play one spell, have it get countered. All right, let's go to attacks. Put a counter on the Blade Splicer. And I'm happy enough if I take initiative as well. Like, if you chump, that's fine. If you let it through, that's fine. If you... Kind of weird to make like a middle block on those. And then I think I'm going to move the Nettle Cyst onto Esper Sentinel afterwards. All right. Take a million. Okay. I take back the Monarchy in first strike damage, and the Nettle Cyst goes onto Esper Sentinel. Because that just means trying to cast anything is a pretty... It basically draws me a card. And, okay, Monk's Opal is another white source. Parallax Wave, as always, is the card I'm looking for. Currently, I am going to lose the initiative, and that means I will have to sack another creature to Custodial Lich, but I'm okay with that. Also requires that those Thopters, at least one of them, be tapped. Probably just lose Luminarch Aspirant. I kind of like what Esper Sentinel is doing for me right now. And also losing Esper Sentinel shrinks the Nettle Cyst, which I don't really want to do. So, let's see. And then Adeline's an extra attacker, and I might be able to balance us down to 0 cards. It's going to be hard to balance creatures. There's a lot of creatures in play, but who knows? We could figure it out. Parallax Wave, again, still just the GOAT draw. As per the usual. Can't have anything too great in hand, right? If you had like a Triplicate Titan or something, you would just sneak it into play, I assume. A Gristlebrand, any of those things. So I'm kind of ruling those out. Obviously that might just happen, but we'll see. Okay, we're going to send with the 2 Thopters. Okay, I go to 7. You take the initiative back. The Lich makes me sack again. Sack the Luminarch Aspirant. I think the Blades Placer, I don't know. Blades Placer is the same size and gives the Golem first strike. It's pretty close, though. That was not an ideal draw. All right. Adeline. And you can counter it, and that will draw me a card. So I kind of hope, like, I wouldn't mind it being countered. I'm probably going to balance this turn one way or another. Okay, so I think the Esper Sentinel is who I want to be wearing the crown still. And the 1/1 token gets blocked, sure. Okay, and you take 5. And Okay, so if I cast Balance, I have to sack a creature. I think that's worth it because it gets 4 cards out of Mati's hand here. And it getting countered is also fine for me. I hope it gets counterspelled and not memory lapsed, honestly. What was this? Hardcast Forcible or something? We'll see. Logic Knot. Okay. Nice. And then I draw a card. Not actually good here, but I won't pay for the Logic Knot. That's fine. And I don't want to move Nettle Cyst, so I actually don't want to play my Lotus, I don't think. If I draw Wandering, no, I guess drawing Wandering Emperor was a reason. Oh, what did we sneak? Sneaking a Troll? Oh, I guess I'm dead. Oh, we drew another sneak card? I guess I don't understand how you could... Oh, I see. You didn't have quite lethal last turn. All right. Yep, that'll do it. 1-1. On to round 3. Alrighty, time for round 3. Playing as Talisker on like blue-red control. And yeah, I'll keep this. Or blue-red combo is actually a little more like it. Turn 1, Giver. Turn 2, I'll unexpectedly absent anything I see, and then into Adeline. Obviously, I've got a Stranded Mox in hand. Either of my other Moxes would be a lot better. Let's see if we can draw one of those. Mox Sapphire turn 2 here would be pretty good. And other than that, I mean, I would take a spell. Wouldn't mind that. And if I have to leave up unexpectedly absent mana and do nothing else, then so be it. That'll be my turn 2. Talisker does have Ragavan. It's possible deciding how whether to Ragavan here or not. And Palantir. All right, well, I might as well attack. I got nothing better to do. Swamps, I guess you're like more Grixis-y, sure. Pass with Absent up into Adeline, and if I land Adeline against an empty board, I will attack with the Giver to get my token. No play. All right. It would have been very nice to have the Esper Sentinel last turn so that we could punish a counterspell this turn. Oh, Shieldred's Edict. That's fine. That's less bad because now I have an Adeline in play, and then next turn I can actually play kind of my whole hand here. Okay, do I want to use Unexpectedly Absent? Probably not. I will play Esper Sentinel though. Attack. And play Mox Opal, play Palantir, and now the Mox is on as well. Palantir, bottom. What's the most I can do? Not very much. My dex doesn't have a huge casting cost to boast of. All right. Well, got no plays here but attack, so I guess that's what I'll do. Are we gonna Mystic Confluence or Cryptic or something? Oh, commit on Adeline, pay for Esper Sentinel. Fair. Take 2, and I don't think I use Absent. I will play my land though. Scry, bottom, keep Adeline on top. They can take 3. I'm fine, just like I could have left Tundra on top, but I feel like just you're gonna get milled for 2 anyway, so yeah, that doesn't even make sense. I think this works out better. I'll mill Adeline, lock in the 3 points of damage. It'll make it so Talisker can't really afford to Palantir much. Oh, Narset, go. We're setting up a time spiral. I think I'm still gonna unexpectedly absent the Narset for a bunch here. Okay. Because then I get to Palantir end of turn as well. And, oh, let's go put on top. Hold on, I'll send my end of turn step. Put on top. you're going to have to give me the Cathar Commando. Then I'm going to play Cathar Commando and kill the Talisman right now. And then pass. You can go to 4 and cast Time Spiral, I guess. Yeah. Oh, Curse of Fool's Wisdom. Whenever, and I draw a card here. Whenever I draw a card. Oh, wow. That's actually, using my Cathar Commando there was unfortunate. Okay. Well, let's play Luminarch. I don't think I even want to play Palace Jailer. I will Luminarch the Esper Sentinel, attack you, and then pass with Palantir up, and I've already used... All right, and I'm drawing these cards for sure. I think Seed Shark's still good enough. And then Talisker gains two more here, because you Curse of Fool's Wisdom. Actually, should I have... Oh, this is a weird rules interaction. I should have left the Narset in play, because then Talisker would be forced to mill X. Oh, even though it doesn't work that way on Magic Online. That's just such a mess, though. Oh, and we're going to have memory, and then I just die to the curse. Oh, no, I guess I... Oh, no, I do die because of the... That was sick. Now I guess I die. I mean... If I draw a life gain or something here, here's my Cathar Commando, but I'm taking 14. Good beats, I guess. All right. Cathar Commando, the Talisman, really didn't work out that game. I will have to keep that in mind. Take the Scrap Trawler out. I think I just put in Gideon, because Gideon's just more of a clock. Don't think I want Containment Priest. Interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and play first. We're just going to turn 1 White Plume, no big deal. No, but we are going to turn 1 Luminarch, turn 2 Nettle Cyst. That's pretty solid. I do have to lose the Unexpectedly Absent. All right, now I've drawn the second best of my 3 Moxes. Maybe one day I will draw the best of my 3 Moxes. Talisker does have Force of Will, but I don't anticipate you forcing a Chrome Mox. Boom. Turn 1 Luminarch, turn 2 Nettle Cyst is not bad. And if I draw a Mishra's Workshop, I can cast Mightstone and Weakstone. I don't mind that. All right, I'll put the counter on the Luminarch just because I get more damage in right now. All right, so now any spell's good. A land lets me cast this in 2 turns, which isn't terrible. Hopefully this is a Firebolt, not a Chain Lightning. Oh, this looks like a Ragavan. Interesting. Spell this turn, land next turn would be decent. Or Mishra's Workshop would be kind of nice too. Oh, there's Mishra's Workshop. All right, let's do that. And I could kill the Ragavan, or I could just draw 2 cards. I think I'd rather just draw 2 cards. Okay, so we've drawn some action here. I'm going to put the counter on Luminarch, send for 4, and if you want to kill my Nettle Cyst to get the Ragavan in, then yeah, I guess you get to do that. And then next turn I get to Palace Jailer Ragavan or play Gideon. Ooh, if Gideon was Scrap Trawler, I would have gotten to cast it off of the Mightstone. It actually would have been better right here, but it wasn't. Okay, play a Mox. Grows the Nettle Cyst. Palace Jailer. Okay. Get the Monka out of here. All right, easy enough. Nahiri does kill the curse, but I'd have to put in red lands. I don't really want to do that. Plus, now that I know about the curse, I'll save Cathar Commando or Unexpectedly Absent for it. Yeah, I think I like where we're at. All right, time for a Busted Lotus draw. I feel like we deserve 1. No, but this is a totally fine hand. Commando into Blade Splicer. into Nettle Cyst, probably imprinting the Gideon. Again, Chrome Mox, not as good as Mox Sapphire, but definitely better than Mox Opal, so we'll take it. Talisker mulliganed here. Oh, are we getting turn 1 Ragavond? No, we are not. Oh, well, I like that. All right, that means probably exiling Blade Splicer now, because now I get to go Cathar Commando into White Plume. And White Plume, I think, is going to be... It's going to get me my 4th land for Gideon. Or not. Oh, we're getting Magma Opus. Okay. I'll get another Plains. And I'll send. And then Gideon's a better play than Blade Splicer, I would say. Okay, are we going to Mizzix Mastery here on 3? That would be not ideal. All right, we did not. I'm going to go into the Forge. We're just trying to get damage in here. Forge targeting White Plume. Land, and I don't think a reason to cast spells before attacking. We're getting committed. No, we're just taking 1,000,000 damage. All right, and then I'll just play Gideon, I guess. Because Gideon offers a pretty huge clock, even if there's like a sweeper or something, and make a 2/2 knight. Pass the turn. And then didn't do anything end of turn. I mean, turn 2 White Plume is quite the clock. Untap the White Plume. You're going to need something pretty good here. Okay. Could be Cryptic Command, I guess. Trap you. Deal you 5. If you can bounce only one thing, you're just dead. So I don't really think there's a reason to animate Gideon here. So I think we just pass. Tap all creatures your opponent's control, draw a card. All right. No, I don't really see balance working out here. So let's go Nettle Cyst, Giver of Runes. Just don't make a knight, I guess. Pass, untap this. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to leave up Cathar Commando, but I don't know. All right, 2-1. Let's check in on the team. All right, unfortunately, my teammates both went 1-2, so we ended up losing 4-6, or 4-5 rather, in a close draft. So what do we take out of this? Well, one, I had fun with the double power draft. I'm curious what you all think, because I'll be drafting this cube some. We'll see how many people want to end up drafting it. But the idea of more powerful things sounds fun. I don't think I ever sacrificed Lotus for mana. Is that true? Feels true to me. I did really like 1,000 Moves Smithy. I wanted to draw this every time. Scrap Trawler wasn't actually good. Nettle Cyst was good in the deck too. I actually like the White Weenie Artifact crossover in this deck. And even though I wish I had just played Wandering Emperor over Scrap Trawler or something like that, I think it worked out pretty well. Alrighty, well that'll do it for today. Hopefully the next time we open the double the power, we'll get double the power, we'll see. Not that we did poorly for ourselves on that metric. Oh, and I wanted to update, I forgot. It turned out Talisker did indeed pass the Time Vault. My teammate then took it. Then Talisker hated the Manifold Key. So the result of that was my teammate couldn't play Time Vault, so they used a pick. But Talisker also had to hate Manifold Key, which is what I thought might happen. So I did manage to get that little prediction right. I'm very pleased with myself. In any case, that'll do it for today. We'll get some more White Plumes tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. And as always, appreciate the interest.